Okay. All right. So, as we're looking at medieval European views of Africa, I want to just talk a little bit about art and two prominent figures that we find. So, two of the most popular African figures in medieval art are Saint Maurice and Balthazar, one of the three wise men who visited Jesus right after he was born. Both figures were used to show the spread and extent of Christianity. So, St. Maurice was a Roman soldier and leader based in Thebes, Egypt in the 200s. He was Christian by legend, and his legion was called from Egypt to France to put down a revolt. I Google mapped it at 769 hours to march there. In 287, on the way, while they were in Switzerland, they were told to sacrifice to Roman gods and to harass some local Christians, and he refused. The Emperor Maximian ordered the unit be decimated. That literally means 1 in 10 be killed. And eventually they were all killed. A large cache of bones was found near what was a temple to Mercury, and a church was built there in what is today San Moritz, a very chic Swiss resort town. The bones were eventually moved to Magdeburg in Germany, and St. Maurice was made a patron saint of Germany to emphasize again, I think, the power and extent of the Holy Roman Emperor. And in this one rendition from the 15th century, he certainly looks like a child to me. It's interesting. Here we have St. Erasmus, a Catholic theologian and scholar who was active during the Reformation, talking to St. Maurice. Both are considered martyrs to the faith, and martyrs are usually depicted with the instruments used to kill them. Both are suggested to be heroic upholders of Christianity in the face of paganism, in the case of St. Maurice, and Protestantism in the case of Erasmus. Apparently, he was disemboweled, and then they used a windlass, right, to take out his intestines. And so that's what you see wrapped around there. Here's another famous rendition of St. Maurice by Lucas Cranach the Elder, showing him with his sword, again, both because he's a soldier and because that was used to decapitate him. It's part of an altarpiece and is a copy of a life-size reliquary, presumably holding a relic, that is a bone, of St. Maurice. The flag has the emblem of both his Roman legion and the German Empire. So another popular Black figure of medieval art is Balthazar, who is one of the magi or wise men described in Matthew, who gave myrrh tree resin, which is used for perfume, incense, and medicine to the infant Jesus. Again, scholars think that part of the purpose here is to suggest the worldwide spread of Christianity. Although it's interesting that Balthazar often seems to be farthest away from Jesus and Mary. Here are, I'm going to show you just in next couple slides, a couple more famous depictions of this figure. Here's one from, again, the 15th century. In this Adoration of the Magi by Terbruggen from the Netherlands, he does not seem to be the farthest away. And finally, we have one more here. So I would just say in conclusion, based on the popularity of these two figures, one might surmise that in the Middle Ages, St. Maurice and Balthazar were used to represent the global reach of Christianity. This seems to have been especially important during the Protestant Reformation during the 1500s, when a lot of these depictions originate. It would also, I think, suggest the global reach of Christianity, notwithstanding the fact that most of northern Africa was Muslim. Thanks for listening.